Hi, my name's Keith Bennett and I'm going to be showing you a trick called Wildcard. I'll actually be performing the trick and then teaching you how to do it. There'll be two versions of it. The first version is an in the hands version, which was originally devised by Steve Hamilton, a wonderful Scottish magician who's now no longer with us, sadly. And the second version will be a display version where you lay the card down on the table. The in the hands version is self-resetting and is ideal for working table to table commercially. The lay down on the table version would be more suitable for, say, a magic club performance or an after dinner performance where you're not going to repeat the trick. So with no more ado, we'll move on to the section of the DVD where we perform the trick. The version of Wildcard that I'm going to show you was originally routined by Steve Hamilton, the late Steve Hamilton, a great Scottish magician. It's a trick with a small packet of blank cards. They're all blank, apart from the Queen, which is printed. The rest are blank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one off the front and one off the back. So I'm putting the blank cards face to face, blank against blank. Now when you rub a blank card on the Queen, it changes to match. Every time you rub it, you get a change of card. I'll put this one, blank one, in here. Now, there we are, there's the blank card. As soon as you rub it, it becomes printed. So these are all printed, really. So yeah, those are the printed ones. These are the ones that are blank. All we do is we rub that one on the face, that prints. We rub this one, it prints. And rub that one, and that prints. Which leaves us with a complete set of printed cards. And if you wish to applaud, now is the time. And that is the end of the trick, and they are reset, ready to go again. Okay, I'll now show you the other version, which is a more simple and easier version. You still have a set of blank cards, all of which are blank. Apart from the Queen, which isn't blank. The rest are. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them down on the table. Put blanks face to face. There we are, there's the last pair. So you take the Queen, give that card a rub, and it changes. Put the blank one face to face with the Queen, and that changes as well. Give these a rub, that prints. They all print. The last one, give it a rub, and at which point you can show that all the cards are printed on both sides. And that's the wild card on the table. And now for the explanations. The trick consists of 7 cards, 3 of which are blank on one side and printed on the other. The other 4 cards are just regular printed cards. Now you may in your set get some that have a face on this side, but if you do, it will be sort of like an 8 or a 9 or a 10 of hearts or spades, and on the other side will be a court card. The other sets that are also in the ones I've made up are blank cards changing to jokers. So whatever set you get, it will be a nice change. So it will be a good visual change, and the end of it will look attractive. Okay, so the setup is you start with 4 face-up cards, 4 regular cards face up. On top of them you put the 3 blank back cards
face down.
Okay, so first thing we have to do is show
The blank cards as being all the cards. So we take the first one, we'll hold it in dealing grip. Well, no, it's not dealing grip, it's counting grip really. You take the first card with your thumb, the second card you slide off with your thumb, the third one. At this point, you've been letting the cards rest against your little finger here. So you extend your hand, you extend your fingers of your hand, so that the cards slide from here down to there, which enables you to grip these cards with your thumb against your finger there and take these back. So I'll show you that at normal speed. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, at which point you hesitate and say, of course one of them is printed, that's the Queen. Then you do, the rest aren't, and you just deal the other three down into your hand. Now the next thing is to set up the packets ready to do the trick. So you take one off the front, turn the packet over, take one off the back. One off the front, one off the back. Now at this point they're seeing two blank cards together, so when you say that the blanks are face to face, one off the front, one off the back, that's quite a convincing one. So you now take the first card and rub it. Well, there's no moves or anything there, you just turn it over and show it. The next card you deal across, show it with the blank side showing. You turn them over, rub the card, flip it over with a packet of two, and it goes back underneath. So they can now say two cards are changed. The next card goes in under the top card of that packet. You turn the whole packet over after you've squared it up and you do an Elmsley count. It's a straightforward Elmsley count and it shows the blank card. You give the cards a rub and then you do another Elmsley count, which this time shows the Queen. You turn the whole packet over, spread them. There's one face down. If you're doing it for magicians, they're beginning to think there's a blank face somewhere, so you turn that up and put it on top of the packet. It's important to put it on top of the packet. You now got to switch hands. So what you do is you bring these across and say, these are all printed, and as you say that you spread them to show they're all printed, but you get a pinky break above the bottom card. So when you square them back up, you've got a pinky break above the bottom card. You then say these are the ones that haven't been printed yet, put them on top of those, turn over everything above the break and lose the break. So you can now spread those three. It doesn't matter about spreading those. If they do spread, it doesn't matter because they see what they should see. You now take this card and rub it on the face and flip it over. You put that card underneath and rub this on the face and turn it over. You take this one, turn the pair over, rub it on the face, and you've got a complete set of Queens. Now the way Steve Hamilton used to finish the routine was put it back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. So you got a nice display of 7 Queens. Now at this point he used to just strip out the back 3 cards and turn them and flip the 4 cards onto face down onto them. But I've thought of a nice little line, which is a line from the late great Pat Page, who was also a Scottish magician. And what you do is you do strip them out, but you let them show on both hands, and you say, if you wish to applaud, now is the time, and you clap your hands together. At which point you can then, with the backs showing towards the audience, put them away, because as you clap your hands, these automatically turn over and it resets the set ready to go again. So if you're working table to table, not only is it an applause cue, but it resets the trick. A lot of people will already know how to do the Elmsley count. with the Elmsley count, it can be done with extra cards in the hand, because if you let those go into a deep grip, you can do this. So you can do the Elmsley count while you're holding a packet of cards. So in this trick, we start with the two regular cards with a blank back card between them, and we're showing them three like that, and we deal the face down card from this packet into that position. So you square up, you turn over. Now the first thing you do, I'm going to show you the way that Alex Elmsley showed me how he did it. What you do is you take the first card with your thumb and slide it off into this hand. As you do that, you squeeze with the thumb and first finger here, which separates the block of two cards from the bottom card. So this goes, so you deal off one, you squeeze, that goes back underneath as you take the pair, you then take this and this, and that's the Elmsley count. What it does, it counts 4 cards as 4 cards, but it hides the third card. So when we do it again, it hides it also changes the positions of the cards. So now we see the queen. So it changes a blank card into a queen by doing 2 Elmsley counts. So I'll just run through that quickly again. That's the position at the start. That goes in. You turn the whole packet over. You take the first one, squeeze, and put that back as you take that 2, take that one, take that one. Do try at this point to avoid the mistake of moving those cards about, because it makes the count look not quite so genuine. And that's the Elmsley count as done by Alex Elmsley. Okay, I'm now going to show you the on the table version. Now the count we used at the beginning was basically the Hammond count, but I'm going to show it you in a more traditional way. You take the cards, hold the cards with your hand facing down, and grip them firmly between the second finger and the thumb. Let this finger just float, and these 2 fingers just float. A lot of people do it much deeper into the hand, and it's a lot less convincing. But if you can do it there, and it works fine. The important thing is, the difficult part is the switch. Now, when you do the switch, if you break the rhythm by showing the middle card, it hides any hesitation in the switch tremendously. So you take the first one, you take the second one, you take the third one, and you let them rest against your little finger here. So when you're going to do the switch, you can just open your fingers of your hand and let your hand relax, which means that you can take the second packet against this part of your hand, just at the top of your finger, with your thumb, and use these fingers to pick up the other packet. You can then just deal those 3 on top. So it's firm grip there. Take 1, take 2, take 3. Oh, did you notice that one of them's printed? Then deal those 3. Now at this point we're just going to do a lay down. Blank cards face to face. And you just turn the packet end for end. I think it looks better end for end. I sometimes turn it sideways, but I think end for end looks better. You can just give that a flick before you turn it over. You slide it under the first card, and remember, just if you use it in a match, you can just press there to make it easy to slide under. Turn over, rub, and show it's printed. Let them rest in your hand with your pinky holding that card. So when you squeeze, when they go together, you've got a break. Put that on the face, turn it over, a little rub, turn over, put that one down, turn this one over. The easy way to turn it over is hold it between thumb and first finger, bend your second finger back in, extend it over the card, which now automatically turns it over. So the next one goes in between the two cards and you pick up the packet. You don't turn the packet over, you just pick the packet up, rub it, turn the top card over. That goes underneath. You turn the whole packet over. You turn that one down, and as you deal that one down, you turn this one over. You can now go straight in underneath both cards, pick up the packet, a little rub, deal down as you turn the last one. You're now going to do an Oram subtlety. You take the first card, turn your wrists and show both backs. Deal that down and the one off the next one off the packet. Take the next card, turn, drop, drop. Take the next card, turn, drop, drop. Turn that over a couple of times and that's the end of the trick. I'll run through the trick again. At this point every other card is the fake one, so it's an easy reset. Obviously you don't do that in front of the punters. So it's 1, 2, they're all blank cards, apart from the Queen, and I'm going to lay them down face to face. Turn that one over, that goes under there, a rub. You pick this one up, put it on the face, turn it over, turn it down, and flick this one over as you deal that one down. That goes in between. You pick up the packet, you give it a rub, turn it over, put it underneath, turn the whole packet over, give it a rub, show that's printed, and that's printed. Underneath the whole packet. By this time, with modern audiences' attention span, you might as well just get the trick over as fast as you can now. They've seen plenty of changes. Just give it a rub, deal down as you turn. You're showing plenty of fronts and backs all the time. You can now do the Oram subtlety. And that is wildcard on the table. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed watching the DVD. I hope you enjoyed doing the trick. And thank you for buying it. If you didn't buy it, I hope you still enjoy the DVD. And I might still have a few left if you want one. So thanks and goodbye.